Welcome to another exciting episode of Science Explorations. Today, we're diving into some fascinating scientific facts and myths. Have you ever heard a scientific statement that made you wonder if it was true or false? Well, today, we're going to explore several intriguing examples. You'll test your science knowledge along the way, and perhaps even learn something new. Are you ready to challenge your thinking and deepen your understanding of the world around you? Let's get started. Let's begin our exploration with a classic statement: water always boils at 100 degrees Celsius, or 212 degrees Fahrenheit, everywhere on Earth. While this sounds pretty believable, it's actually false. The boiling point of water can vary based on altitude. At higher altitudes, like in mountainous regions, atmospheric pressure decreases. This means that water can boil at lower temperatures than usual. So, if you're climbing a high peak and trying to boil water for tea, be prepared for that water to bubble away at a lower temperature. Isn't that fascinating? Understanding these types of changes in nature helps us realize just how dynamic our world really is. Now, let's transition to our next statement. Have you ever thought about how many senses humans actually have? It's commonly stated that we possess exactly 5 senses: sight, hearing, touch, taste, and smell. However, this statement is misleading, it's false. While those 5 are the main senses most people think of, humans actually have additional senses that help us navigate the world. These include our balance, which is governed by the vestibular system in our ears, so we can stay upright and navigate through space. We also have senses that monitor body position and internal signals, like hunger and thirst. When we consider the full range of human sensory experiences, it's clear that our understanding of perception is much richer. Now, let's spark your imagination with a tall tale: can lightning really strike the same place twice? This common saying often suggests that once lightning hits a spot, it won't do so again. The reality? This statement is false. In fact, lightning often strikes the same place multiple times, especially if that place is a tall structure. For instance, famous towers like the Empire State Building or the Willis Tower are frequently hit by lightning because of their height. This is an important reminder of how we must respect natural phenomena that can be both powerful and unpredictable. Next, let's discuss an animal you might associate with color change: the chameleon. It's often said that chameleons change color to blend in with their surroundings for camouflage. However, this is also misleading. While they do change color, it's not strictly for hiding. Chameleons actually alter their colors based on mood, temperature, and social signaling. They communicate with other chameleons, expressing feelings, such as aggression or readiness to mate, through their vibrant color changes. This adaptive skill showcases the fascinating way animals interact with their environment and each other. Now, let's take a journey to Venus, our neighboring planet. Here's a statement to ponder: a day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus. Does this sound true or false? Surprisingly, it's true. Venus has a very slow rotation, taking about 243 Earth days to complete one full rotation. On the flip side, it takes about 225 Earth days for Venus to orbit the Sun. So, a day on Venus, in terms of rotation, indeed exceeds its entire year in orbiting the Sun. What a twist! Speaking of man-made structures, let's dive into a popular belief about the Great Wall of China. It's often claimed to be the only man-made structure visible from space with the naked eye. However, this statement is false. Astronauts have mentioned that the Great Wall is actually quite difficult to see from space without aids like binoculars. This myth might stem from the sheer size of the wall, but it certainly highlights the importance of understanding perspective and visibility in our universe. Now let's talk about genetics. Here's a statement that intrigues many: humans share about 50% of their DNA with bananas. Is this true or false? Interestingly, it's true. While we primarily associate ourselves with other mammals, the reality is that many organisms share common genetic building blocks. The statement showcases the unity of life at a molecular level, illustrating that even seemingly unrelated species are connected through shared biological heritage. Next, let's look at animal behavior with an interesting notion about ostriches. It's commonly said that ostriches bury their heads in the sand to hide from predators. This is false. While ostriches do have an interesting way of defending themselves, often running long distances at impressive speeds, they don't actually bury their heads. Doing so would make it impossible to breathe. Instead, when faced with danger, they may lie low to the ground to blend in with their surroundings. This myth reminds us how important it is to properly observe and understand wildlife behavior rather than believing unsupported claims. Moving on, how about a fun fact about memory? It's often said that goldfish have a 3-second memory. But is this claim true? Yes and no, this statement is false. Although many people believe goldfish have short memories, studies show they can remember tasks for months. In fact, scientists at the University of Plymouth conducted an experiment where goldfish learned to push a lever for food and could recall this task long after being trained. Goldfish are capable of learning and exhibiting memory, which may surprise some. We continue to discover that our perceptions of animals and their intelligence often understates their real capabilities. And finally, let's wrap up with a geographical statement about deserts. The Sahara Desert is often branded the largest desert on Earth. Is this true or false? Surprisingly, it's false. While the Sahara is incredibly vast, the largest desert is actually Antarctica, classified as a cold desert. Deserts are defined not just by sand and heat but by low precipitation. This fact broadens our understanding of what constitutes a desert and emphasizes the diverse climates our planet harbors. Exploring these scientific statements encourages us to think critically about what we believe and to seek deeper truths about the world around us. By examining these claims, we don't just expand our scientific knowledge, but we also learn to challenge the narratives we hear every day. Today, we've explored several fascinating statements about the natural world. From how the boiling point of water changes with altitude, to the surprising cognitive abilities of goldfish, we've discovered that science is full of unexpected truths. Each claim we examined taught us not only about our environment and various species but also about the importance of questioning and verifying the information we receive. As we've seen, many commonly held beliefs can be misleading or simply false, which encourages us to embrace curiosity and critical thinking as we learn. Thank you for joining me on this scientific journey today. I hope you enjoyed exploring these intriguing statements and learned something new. Remember to keep questioning the world around you and embrace the wonder of discovery. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring science in your daily life. Goodbye for now.